The Callous Daoboys drops their new album. I don't want to see you in heaven. Hell yeah. Fucking okay, so I love this band. I have to sit up for a second. I love Callous Daoboys so much. This band is so special to me. I mean, we were introduced to them back 2022, maybe 2021 was when we kind of got, and I didn't like them. And I was very upfront about that. I listened to it and I was like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't like it.
Yeah,
And then I listened to the EP in full and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Or was that the full length?
it was
No,
full length.
it was the full length. It was their debut. No,
Oh.
no, it was not. It was not because they had the Mars record.
Mhm.
Fuck, it was a full length. For whatever reason, I just mark it as a.
Celebrity
Anyways,
therapist.
shout out. Um, Great record. Shout out Celebrity Therapist. If you haven't listened to it already, fucking listen the shit out of that record.
Hmm.
It is insane. So, anyways, back to this one, the 2025 release. I was very excited when they announced the record and then following through with all of the singles. None of them missed. I loved every single one of them, especially Lemon. Lemon, even though it kind of stands out like a sore thumb on the record, to be completely honest, because it's such a step back from all of the chaos and just loud that is the Callous Daoboys.
Yeah.
For that reason, I love it so much because it is so not the typical stuff that they do, and they're still able to pull it off incredibly well. Another single that I really liked was it's a long ass title. It's like the unrelenting reality limping like a dog,
Oh, the
something like
demon
that.
of unreality limping like a dog.
There you go, that one. I thought that was also, I think, one of the first singles that they dropped. Incredible. So out the gate, I was so fucking excited for this record. All of that just to say, me excited, me big excited. So then finally getting able to sit down and listen to this record in full and kind of take in the chaos and unrelenting just energy and vibes and scariness and excitement that is Callous Daoboys. It was such a fucking trip. And it just reminded me, holy shit, I gotta get right back into this band. It's Callous Daoboys season anyways. That's fine. It's typically around this time. It's like you get into pop punk around like summertime. I get into Callous Daoboys. We're just like the complete opposite. Um, they are able to harness so many different elements and genres, and it's like they're their own prog. It's just the weirdest thing because prog typically has, like, in my opinion, like a standard, like a base of like this is what is going to be at the base of every prog song. They said fuck that. We're just going to mix like six songs into one, no transitions, but you're going to fucking love it, and I do. The record flows very well. The record is chaotic but still very cohesive. It is Callous Daoboys. It's like if I wanted to introduce someone to this band, I would say just listen to this record. It has literally everything you need to know, especially because of tracks like Lemon, where it shows like, yeah, no, they get a little fucking crazy and they start screaming and shit. Like Carson like screams his heart out on this record, but he can also like sing a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of dope. Big fan of this record. I love this band so much. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah.
Love Cosmo.
Yeah. What you just mentioned about like the range that this record
Mhm.
covers is something that I really enjoy about the album
Mhm.
because in the past, Callous Daoboys has been kind of just like all gas, no brakes. Let's go. How
Mhm.
fucking chaotic can it be? Let's
How
get
much shit can we fit
absolutely
into one
crazy.
song?
How many time signatures can we fit into one song? And also, how heavy can it be all at the
Mhm.
same time? And
Mhm.
believe me, I love that.
Yeah.
But this kind of record was what I was expecting with the band starting to gain some popularity and some success. There is definitely still the Callous Daoboys deep in this album. It is littered
Mhm.
exactly what you would expect is what you get from plenty of this record. But this is also has so many moments on the album that are for kind of your average listener where like a song like Lemon, which you texted me this morning, like this still sounds like a song like from the Used, which I
Yeah.
feel the same way. You know, there are songs on this record that are mass appeal, and there's nothing wrong with that because the band has been getting the mass appeal attention. They just finished up a fucking tour with Chiodos, like fucking insane, bro. Like those rooms were massive, all sold out, by the way.
Yeah, as it should be. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, so that like that was kind of what I was expecting. So you know, the record opens with a kind of intro track, which by the way,
oh my,
do not if you are scared, like if you're a little scary cat like me, do not listen to this while driving in the dark at night, kind of sort of in the middle of nowhere, driving on back roads to try to get to the highway. Like I was fucking terrified. I had also just awoken from a nap. I happened to fall asleep on the couch at 11:30 and was awoken to have to leave. And this was the first thing I put on when I got in my car.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Really that's fucked up and wild. What a way to kick off that drive home. Collection of Forgotten Dreams. What a crazy opening song.
Freaky, yeah.
Very freaky, but really sets the tone for the record. And then, you know, the first real track of the album, Schizophrenia Legacy, straight up just what you expect from Callous Daoboys. The middle is kind of where it gets a little weird. There's some slow moments, not just Lemon. There's like a few kind of bunched together where the record really slows down, which was really honestly pretty cool to see, because like I said, Callous Daoboys has been a band for me that has just been consistent, all gas, no brakes, and they kind of put the brakes on with this record at certain points, which honestly, not typically someone to be like, I appreciate that, but with how crazy this band can get, I honestly appreciate the like tapping of the brake pedal for a second there.
Yeah, slow down for like 2 seconds.
And then don't worry, they just pick it back up. And the second half of the album is kind of where the true chaos of the Callous Daoboys comes back out. I feel like the first half of the album, fading into the slower songs, is kind of maybe the little bit more digestible mass appeal part of the record, where like, yes, there are chaotic bits, but the songs are a little bit more structured than a Callous Daoboys song would normally be. And then the second half of the record is just straight up let's get fucking crazy with it. We are so back. It is Callous Daoboys season all the way through and through. And I love that. I love the way that the record's structured, and I think it flows super well. And I think they knocked it out of the park. I think this album's phenomenal. I'm really excited to see what this does for the band, and I fucking love it, man. I really liked Lemon, Distracted by the Mona Lisa, Idiot Temptation Force, Douchebag Safari. Those are all great songs. So honestly, that 3-track run of Idiot Temptation Force, Douchebag Safari, and Distracted by the Mona Lisa is probably my favorite part of the record, with Distracted by the Mona Lisa being my favorite song on the album. And then I do really like the closer. It's 12 minutes long, country song in reverse, but it's super dynamic, and genuinely didn't feel like a 12-minute song when I was listening through it. It really keeps it going. I see a song that long and I instantly groan. It doesn't matter if it's my favorite band of all time. I am instantly groaning and wishing that it didn't exist. But I think that I'm glad it's at the end. If I'm not in the mood, I don't have to listen to it.
Exactly.
But it is a very fitting closer. And is very dynamic, and I think they knocked it out of the park, achieved what should have been achieved with a song like that. Overall, phenomenal record. They're touring a bunch. They're going to be headlining in the US. They're going to be headlining. I got that shit smacked on my calendar. I cannot miss it. Got to finally see the Callous Daoboys.
Dude, life-changing. Life fucking changing. I love Callous Daoboys. Shout out to Callous Daoboys.
Shout out to Callous Daoboys.